What this display represents is we've taken the body of a WRX or STI and peeled it back to look underneath to show you the differences between a WRX and an STI. And what you'll see is there's a number of components that are unique to the STI product. When starting from the front of the car, the engine obviously is different. The STI engine puts out 305 horsepower and compared to the WRX at 265. As we move around the car, the differences run deep. The wheels themselves are different. But what's more important is the bolt pattern is different. The bolt pattern is different because the hubs are different. The brakes themselves use a larger Brembo brake. The bearings in the front assembly are larger, the wheel bearings. As we move across, obviously we've got the new suspension with the pillow ball bushings that are unique to STI. The axle shafts themselves are again unique to STI, along with the flywheel, the clutch, and the transmission. The 6-speed transmission with the DCCD all-wheel drive is very different than the 5-speed manual found in the WRX. And we can see in here, even in the cutaway display, some of the differences. Again, in the engine, we've got SI drive, which allows the driver to control the engine output and how the engine responds to the driver inputs, as well as the DCCD control, where we can go from auto to manual mode, and we can change how the differential, the center differential, controls the all-wheel drive system. Moving towards the rear of the car, the drive shaft itself of an STI is different, as is the rear differential. We've got limited slip front and rear differentials in addition to the DCCD all-wheel drive center differential. So the whole all-wheel drive soup to nuts is different on an STI. With the different differential, we have different axle shafts. And again, as we move out, suspension is slightly different on an STI in the spring rates, damping, and the sway bar, as well as the larger bearings, the Brembo brakes, and again, the larger bolt pattern wheels. So underneath, the STI is a completely different car than a WRX, and it's all about driver control, driver performance. The STI is a very high performance car.